We have the painting called La Captura de Cuauhtémoc en la Laguna de Texcoco by the Mexican artist Luis Coto, made in 1881.
This, this painting is an oil on canvas, and it is in the National Museum of Art Munal in Mexico City.
In this scene that has as frame the nostalgic spatial opening of the Texcoco Lake, the largest basin of the Anahuac, and the mountains that border the valley to the east, the Príncipe of Tlatelolco and the last Mexico, Tenochtitlan Tlatoani, is made prisoner by the militias of the conqueror Hernán Cortés, which meant the definite defeat of the Aztec Empire.
Scale. The dimension of this painting is 125 by 173 centimeters, small enough for a painting to have the necessary of being watched from closely.
We have various elements distributed in the painting: canoes on the foreground left side and on the background right side, two bigger boats on the background left side, close to us in the center is another boat, and finally, across the background, there are mountains and clouds. All the boats and canoes from the sides seem to be pointing in direction to the one in the center. The painting is divided in three sections vertically because of the difference of light. There are also horizontal bands made by the clouds, the mountains, and the water.
This painting gives us a sense of deepness, or it has illusion of 3D space. We can perceive that thanks of the difference in sizes between the forms and the texture or level of thickness, the atmospheric perspective of the background and the linear perspective that main boat gives, since we can see that the right end of the boat is closer to us than the left end of the boat.
That are the clouds and the mountains. The figurative forms are the Nago and Spaniards, which are the boats and canoes.
The shapes are mainly conformed by the boats and canoes. The main boat is formed in a trapezoid. The canoes, rectangles, and left are long shaped.
There's also lines made by ropes and paddles. And finally, the line that divides the lake and
There's mostly blue and brown colors. There is yellow and red. These colors help us to contrast the white with the white sails, clouds, and also the white in water.
it is seen that the source is the sun, and it is coming from the top. The paint also goes from the right because of the shadows produced by the clouds. This row may be divided into sections. The left section is the dark, and the right section being the middle section, the one in the middle.
The tone is creating a big contrast. The tone from everything besides the boat in the certain it is pale and baggy, and the main boat is vivid and brighter.
Seeing the textures, we can see the textures of the sail is smooth, the armor of the conquerors is solid and flat, the apparent texture of the water is light in the lake is brilliant, the wood in the boats is solid and splintered, and the clouds seem to be smooth and soft.
We can perceive a pattern in the cloud that the natives are holding. We can see a natural pattern in the water, the waves produced by the movement happening like the wind and the boats.
Thanks to the formal elements, we can identify the focal point, which is the boat in the center. We begin with the fact that it is the biggest form in the canvas. Then we have the orthogonals, which are made by the lines from the paddles, and, as we know, they join in the vanishing point. We have the canoes and the boats pointing in direction to the center boat. We also see that it is framed by the dark and bright section. Another big factor is that the boat is the only one in its perfect tone, as it should. And finally, the colors of its same section is with colors cold and the bottom section with warm colors.
In that time, here in Mexico, artists painted a lot of Mexican culture and history. The realistic movement was in this point. Scott was one of the most relevant artists of this epoch. In the time that he created this painting, they were characterized by natural landscapes, folklore, and historic affairs. The main theme of the painting is that the conquerors take Tenochtitlan and they capture the Tlatoani Cuauhtémoc in Texcoco Lake.